Hi guys, how are you doing? Okay, so today's pick a card reading is what's happening now and in the future. Most of you are watching this regards to love. I'm going to try and keep it as general as I can, but it is with kind of love in mind. Yeah, so if you are watching on Tarot Time Cat and you would like a private reading with me, you can check the description box below. It is £20 for 20 minutes and you can get your reading in 24 hours. If you are on somebody else's channel and they're posting this video, they're not supposed to be doing that, but you can get a reading with me by going to spiritual-candy.com. Apologies to those of you who watch me a lot. I'm not trying to push my readings. I am just trying to deter people from putting my videos on their channel and pretending they're theirs by just mentioning my website and the name of my channel throughout the video. So it does sound like I'm pushing my readings, but it's not really. It's just to try and stop that from happening. So hope that makes sense. Right guys, it is an intuitive read, totally intuitive, so be aware of that before we start. Please take a moment to choose the group that you want and then we can go. Here we go. Whoa, so it's a little bit different the way it's set out today. So I've got 4 cards, 2 for what's happening now and 2 for what's happening in the future, although one of them I know has got 3 cards. Okay, so here we go. What's happening? Whoops, what's happening now? What's happening in the future? Okay, you can't really see all of those, which is a bit annoying. Right, I might just put the now ones up here and everything's sticking on the mat. Right, so here we go. Now, future. So what's happening at the minute? Okay, intuitively, what I feel like when I look at these is that you have been giving a lot and not getting a lot back in return. Okay, this is totally intuitive. I'm reading the 9 of Coins as like you have all this abundance around you. You are trying to offer all this abundance to somebody. You're saying, look at what I can offer you. This could be a person, this could be a situation, this could be at work. But there's this sense that you've got all this to offer and you want to offer it. But it's like the 5 of Swords is kind of a retreating, a defeat. It's this sense of walking away. I feel like this is more the other people or the person though. There's this sense that you're offering something and it's just not being taken up. And it also feels like you can't win with this person or this situation. It doesn't really matter what you give. It just doesn't seem to be right, or it's not enough, or, you know, it's just really difficult and you just can't seem to get anywhere, and it's really frustrating. Okay, because you're kind of like open and honest and you genuinely want to share what you've got and you genuinely want to move towards this person, and this person's just kind of like meh, you know, or they're difficult, because also this person could be really hard work, really difficult, or this situation could be really difficult. What you need to understand is that this person or situation that you're trying to offer to is in their ego, or this institution or this group or this company or whatever. They're in their ego. You know, they are perhaps even just being difficult for difficult sake, being awkward for awkward sake. There's no sense or logic to it in terms of an intuitive and spiritual point of view. You know, it's become, if you are very grounded and very spiritual, you may even find that you kind of don't even really get what they're on about, or you don't really feel like you know why they're being so difficult. What I feel in the future is that you're going to get this Queen of Wands energy, where you're going to suddenly get this sense of clarity, this ability to be quite cool and detached and think things through and think, hang on, why do I keep offering all this to this person or this situation? And it just, you know, all it does is create arguments, aggravation, difficulty. You know, I'm trying to give something positive, but all I get back in return is a load of difficulty. Or the more I try to give, the more this person or situation gets difficult or moves away or whatever. So you're going to have an aha, a realization, a breakthrough. And what you're going to find is that if you can actually be discerning, be clear, be cool, be calm, apply some logic and analysis to the situation and say, do you know what? I'm going to walk away from this, or I'm going to step back from this. You don't have to actually physically walk away. Just step back and be very discerning. What you'll find is that will give you a bit of an aha, a bit of an awakening, and it will be a spiritual lesson learned the ability to walk away. So you in turn become this Five of Swords, but in a really positive way, because you walk away because you want to detach from the ego. You don't get drawn into the ego battle. You have this awakening, this realization, you learn the lesson and you move on. Doesn't mean you have to move on from the person, but it's about just not getting involved in the situation, not keep trying to give to a situation that's just so dysfunctional. So I hope this makes sense. So much love to you guys. I will see you on tomorrow's reading or a private reading in the meantime. Oh, and if you want a reading, please go to spiritual-candy.com, or if you're on Tarot Time Cat, check the description box below. Hi guys, how are you doing? Number twos. Right, so we've got now and the future. Right, I'm putting them like this. So now, future. It's okay. Okay, it's okay. I don't know what I'm saying. Okay, so we've got now, we've got Queen of Cups and the Hanged Man. Future, we've got Nine of Cups, the Lovers, and the Knight of Wands. This is remarkably similar to Group 1. So if you've chosen Group 1 and Group 2, you know, this is why. So it's kind of similar. Maybe with a bit of a twist. So what's happening now? Very much like the last group, the people watching it, I felt, were the Nine of Coins. On the picture, there's a woman with all the abundance all around her. This, for me, is you. This is an intuitive read, by the way. It's not accurate descriptions of each card. It's intuitive descriptions of the cards. So you are this Queen of Cups. It doesn't matter whether you're male or female. You are this Queen of Cups. You are someone who is quite mature emotionally. You're very caring, you're very loving, you're very emotional, you've got a lot to give. You've got some wisdom there as well, you know, and you really want to offer this love and this emotion towards the person or the situation. You really want to commit to this situation. You want to move towards this situation. You are ready for this situation. You know, you have that wisdom, that maturity, and you're willing to invest. That's the message. You're willing to invest. So this is how you are similar to the person on the Group 1. In Group 1, you know, you have something that you want to invest. Here it's more emotional. The last time it was more of a physical situation, but either way it's very similar. You want to invest in this situation, but when you try to invest in the situation, it's just like nothing's happening. Sometimes you feel like it's stuck. Sometimes you feel like you're waiting. It's not that comfortable either. You feel like, you know, you want to just give to this situation. You just want to have that situation manifest, but it just doesn't seem to happen. And you feel like you're watching opportunities go by with this Hanged Man and nothing's happening. The Hanged Man is a call to be more intuitive. And an understanding that, okay, you know, yes, it's not that comfortable, but by being stuck in this situation, you are actually getting to see things from a totally different perspective. You know, this person's seeing things upside down from a completely new perspective, and the sort of not being able to move gives you an opportunity to kind of like just step back and watch what's going on. And this will give you greater clarity. There's almost an opportunity coming that you can't see yet, but this time and this kind of waiting time enables you to kind of connect and have a bit of a realization. Okay, but in many ways you don't move forwards until you become very intuitive, until you are ready to be intuitive to deal with the situation. Because I think that this is really important, because you are emotionally very open to this situation. You know, you're really ready to give, and I feel like this is you know, she's already holding this cup of emotion or love out. You know, she's offering it, and I feel like you want to give. But the thing is, you do need to be intuitive, because what's happening in the future, you know, I think there is a chance for you to get what you want. You know, it feels like you're not getting what you want now, but in the future you can get what you want. Nine of Cups. You can. This is, and it's quite a quick manifestation with the Nine of Cups as well. there is a sense of, you know, you can have what you want and it's coming towards you. So this is in the future. Then you've got the Lovers. So exactly what it says on the tin. You know, the ideal situation, the perfect, in inverted commas, there is no such thing, of course, but you know what I mean. The ideal situation that really feels like commitment, that really feels like something that can see the distance. And also with the Lovers, it can mean that you get the choice, so you may get more than one offer. And there's a sense really that these two cards together say it all. You can have exactly what you want. However, the reason, and by the way, if this you've picked up this reading and you're not inquiring about love, it doesn't have to be love. It just can be emotional fulfillment. So this could be the ideal job, the perfect friendship, you know, a really ideal home, an ideal situation. It's just like whatever you desire, it can be fulfilled, and it can feel like completion, like complete emotional fulfillment. Yeah. And you get the choice to make, you know, to get what you want, if that makes sense. However, I feel like the reason you are stuck at the moment is because there is someone or something in your life that is masquerading as this, but they're not this. This is on offer to you, but it might not be the obvious person or situation. There is someone around you who is this Knight of Wands. They're not bad. They're not a bad person. They're not, you know, none of that. We're not going to be like, you know, say that they are. They're not. But this person or situation is very attractive. It offers, if it was a person, and so if it's not a person, just translate it to appropriately to the situation. But this person is charismatic, charming, attractive, alluring, very sexy. You know, you feel totally drawn, totally smitten, and it just seems perfect in a way. And they like charge into your life, and it's so full on. But the Knight of Wands is, you know, things do get moving. It does get rid of this stagnation in a way, but this person does not generally stick around. You know, so if you've got someone who fits, or a situation that fits this description, you want them to be this. But wanting them to be this and then being this are two totally separate things. So just be aware of that. That does not mean that people who start out as the Knight of Wands cannot change over time. Of course, people change, people mature, things happen. So for a few of you, your person may have been the Knight of Wands for a long time, and you know that they come in and out of your life and you can't totally rely on them, and then one day they change. We've all heard the story. There's always, you know, one or two people who do. However, there are many more that don't, if we're being honest. So if somebody has taught you that they come and go, then don't expect them to be different, maybe. You know, I feel I'm going to get some comments about that. But anyway, I'm only saying what I see, okay? So maybe for a lot of you who've chosen number 2, the reason why you've been kind of stuck in inverted commas is because you need to be intuitive enough to see this situation that's coming. Because actually, if you've got somebody or something like this around you, you don't have to choose that. You can choose the total fulfillment. But in order to choose the total fulfillment, you can't be totally fixated on this person or situation, because then you'll miss it. Hope that makes sense. So much love to you, number 2s. If you want a private reading with me, please go to spiritual-candy.com, or you can, if you're on Tarot Time Cat, check the description box below. Hi, number 3s. How are you doing? I hope you're good. So this is what's happening now, what's happening in the future. Okay. Right, so this is interesting because what's happening now is that things are starting to move forwards with the Chariot. We've got the Chariot and Strength, the Hermit and the Moon. Right, whatever this situation is that you're inquiring about, it could be a person, it could be a situation, it could be your romantic situation, your career, whatever. Big things are happening. it's not necessarily going to be like boom, boom, boom on a daily basis, because what's happening is we've got all major arcana. The things that are happening at the minute are affecting the rest of your life. They're affecting the bigger, overarching themes of your life. They're not about the daily dramas, if that makes sense. So these are like longer, slower moving changes, but they are the ones that have like the most impact in some ways, you know. So I really do think that you're going to feel a big change, but you're maybe not going to see it until you look back, okay? But what's happening is there is a sense of strength rising in you or in the situation. What's happening is that someone or something is learning how to listen to the inner self, to use the inner self to tame the thoughts and emotions, because these are both you. These are both you, or both the situation, or both the other person, whatever. And this person, this woman here, is taming the lion with her inner ability, her intuition, her inner knowingness, you know, her wisdom. And it's about managing yourself. She's managing this lion. She's managing to tame the lion. The lion is a symbol for our own inner thoughts, feelings, emotions. And it's about being able to manage yourself, gain that wisdom, gain that strength and power that coming from our core, coming from our inner wisdom, rather than from our thoughts and emotions and it all being kind of turbulent and up and down, up and down. So someone or the situation is gaining this inner power, this inner understanding, this inner wisdom. And this is allowing this person to gain traction in their life or in their situation. Whoever this is about, it's about moving forwards. It's about, yes, it's going to be a little bit bumpy, a little bit unstable, but this person or this situation is finally finding strength and able to move forwards a bit. And it's all because of being able to manage emotions, manage the situation, and gain a sense of inner strength so that, you know, there can be some movement forwards. Because I think that a lot of the problem has probably been that because you or the person or the situation hasn't had that inner togetherness, if you like, that there's been an inability for things to actually move forwards. So what's happening in the future? Well, interestingly, this is the Solitude card, the Hermit card. Now, this kind of might seem weird in a way, because you think, well, they're gaining strength to move forwards and then they're retreating. But of course, they're gaining strength to move forwards by going within. And that's what the Hermit card's about. It's about solitude, not loneliness. It's about looking for wisdom, not retreating from the world just for the sake of it. You know, this isn't someone running away. This is about someone going within, finding their inner wisdom, finding their own personal strength, being able to rely on themselves, understanding who they truly are, becoming more authentic, reconnecting with their inner light, which is symbolized by the lamp that the Hermit's holding here. So actually, by going into Hermit mode, it's not that they're hiding, it's just that they are reconnecting with their inner self. So what I do feel is that whilst I do think that it's a bit, if you're reading this if you're watching this reading with somebody else in mind, you could be a bit frustrated or disappointed. I understand that, because there isn't really any indicator with this personal situation that it's suddenly going to manifest something physical and tangible in the everyday world. It's almost like a healing situation. It's like a healing time, a healing period, because where this person is going is the moon. So the moon's quite mysterious, or not what it seems. It can be a little bit, you know, hard to decipher what's going on. So if you're watching this reading with somebody else in mind, you may find that actually by gaining this strength and starting to move forward, you might think, oh yay, they're going to come towards me. But I don't think they necessarily are. If this is about you or about your own situation, it's again, it's that sort of sense that you're going to be working on your inner self and going within, taking time to kind of work through stuff. The moon is about, you know, facing your fears, dealing with those bits of you that have got fragmented off. It's really a very healing time for you. It might not, or for this personal situation. It's all about, though, being authentic. It's about allowing who you really are to be fully accepted, all aspects of you, all aspects of the situation. This personal situation is really about healing and moving to a new, more awakened situation. So if this is your relationship, or a person that you are romantically involved with, or a situation that is like of a romantic nature, you may not see the manifestations that you want in the near future. But the healing that's going on is going to have a massive impact in terms of the medium to longer term. And it really does need to happen, because this personal situation does need to gain strength and sort through these situations. So I hope this makes sense. So much love to you guys. If you'd like a private reading with me, please go to spiritual-candy.com, or if you're on Tarot Time Cat, you can check the description box below. It's £20 for 20 minutes and you get your reading in 24 hours. So much love to you guys, and I will see you on tomorrow's reading, if not on a private reading. See you soon.